All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another Dory and Kim review. A whole bunch of horror movies. This year we had a bevy of. Ooh, you like that bevy? A bevy of. That's the word of the day from Mark Briscoe. A bevy of various horror movies that we watched. No unifying theme, so I have no idea what I'm going to title it. I was thinking about something like "Guess Who's Not Coming to Dinner," but because Hannibal ate them. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, just to go off, start with our list. I picked Season of the Witch. Kim picked
Buffy.
I picked Record, but we didn't actually go with that. We'll talk more about that later. You picked
Don't Breathe.
I picked Green Room. Kim picked
Arachnophobia.
I picked I Saw the TV Glow.
Identity.
The Omen was me.
Hollow Man.
The Descent.
Orphan.
Evil Dead 3.
Double Blind.
And Silence of the Lambs. So we will get into it. So here was our order. So we first talked about Witch's Ghost, which I gave a 4 and Kim gave a 4.25. This was a very nice, cozy start to our list. This is a Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, which honestly, if you think about this title is ridiculous because it's like there are witches and there's a ghost of a witch. Which feels kind of like it's like saying like.
Let's just let you know that I'll be rolling my eyes a ton during this video. You probably could tell, but
yeah. I mean, she does this. She's been doing this for years. I'm sorry for the lighting too. Our lighting in this room is terrible. I tried to adjust it, but if I adjust the light right next to us, then it gets too dark, and then you can't see Kim. She looks like she's going through an emo phase. So she always is, but. Anyway, Witch's Ghost. It would be like saying like the zombies monster or something like that. It just feels like a double.
Well, zombie and a monster are the same thing. Like they're both.
Well, zombies like a subgroup.
Is not the same.
That's
thing.
true.
Let's move it along.
Anyway, art is being rushed today, everybody.
Well, we have to watch Dynamite at 8, so.
Yeah, well, it's blood and guts. Yeah, we got plenty of time. So we started with Witch's Ghost. I thought this was really a cute, fun. Solid movie, not as good as Zombie Island because I feel like it's just kind of law of diminishing returns. It's very similar art style. Some of the animations looked not very good as an adult. Going back to this movie because I watched it as a kid. Kim, what did you think about it?
Well, I love Scooby Doo. I watched it as a kid. This was a good movie because for once it wasn't.
It was real.
It was real.
Yes, just like in Zombie Island, right?
Yeah.
So that was a unifying theme between these specifically produced Scooby-Doo movies. There's also another one about aliens that I was thinking about putting on our list for next year, but I forgot to. So maybe in the future. But yeah, this was a nice kind of fun movie to start off with. Very easygoing. Again, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Kim gave it a 4.25. She had a little more fun with it. Next up, we watched Buffy '92. This is the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Still Joss Whedon involved, unfortunately, but it's not. It's a very curtailed version of Joss Whedon where not everyone's kind of snarky, but they're not as snarky. A lot of studio involvement, from what I understand, interference, I should say. This was okay. We both gave it a 3. Kim, this was one of the many Kims.
This is one I watched when I was younger, over and over and over again. But when I got older, it was just not as good.
Yeah, there's some like memorable names that like in the movie that you might like recognize now that they're like much older or they're household names now. But yeah, I mean the acting was not great and neither was like the writing. Sometimes it was a little funny though. Every now and then there was like a funny scene. And the plot just kind of felt meandering. It didn't feel like much was really happening. There was also like just points where Buffy definitely should have lost or died, and the bad guy just didn't do it. So, anything you want to mention about this movie? No. It's just kind of whatever. The next one, we were on a roll. The Omen, the original Omen from the 70s.
It was so bad that I don't even remember it.
It was hilarious. I remember it because people would go like, and they would be like staring at you. And that was the horror, like people staring at other characters, like was frequently like supposed to be like very creepy and stuff. It was bad. It was just so bad. The acting was good and the writing was fine for the most part, but it was so long. I think The Omen was, I don't remember exactly how long it was, but it felt really, really long. It was a 1976 film. It went nearly 2 hours, and it should have been like at least 30 minutes less. There's this whole plot line about like them going to another country to get all this stuff about exercising Damien, and it just was not good. It could have been done in a much shorter time.
I really wish I could add more to this one, but I don't know. We watched these movies like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about a month ago now.
Yeah, I know a lot of the movies, but not all of them.
Yeah, so I know we always have this problem because we have to record after we do all the movies, unless we did like a short, like we did a YouTube short review every time we did a movie. But I think that would be too much for Kim, and honestly, it'd probably be annoying, right? So, so what we've thought about is we're going to talk about our favorite scenes, even from movies we didn't like, even if they're just unintentionally bad or whatever. Favorite / least favorite scenes from a movie that we liked or disliked, and we're going to put that in the notes next year. That would have been a good idea like years ago, but oh well. Silence of the Lambs. This was excellent. It was so funny because after how poorly paced and not great, like the writing was okay, but it wasn't anything to write home about. The Omen was, like, Silence of the Lambs felt like a breath of fresh air. This was so good. I've never seen Silence of the Lambs. I don't think you've seen it,
no.
Right? Yeah, so Kim hadn't seen it before either. It was really good. The acting was incredible.
Yeah, Jodie Foster was great.
Jodie Foster was so good. I don't remember the name of the guy who plays Hannibal Lecter, but he was incredible too.
Yeah, what was his name?
I don't remember his name.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Obviously the plot is very interesting. The stuff with Buffalo Bill. I find it very interesting too that a lot of people make a big commotion about Buffalo Bill being trans or not trans or whatever. That, Hannibal says explicitly in the movie that Buffalo Bill is just kind of deranged and he's not really trans. He just has, stuff going on with him, right? And so he has mental health issues, but they're not really dysphoria or anything related to being transgender. Also, he's more of a cross-dresser, I think, than... I don't know. He's got more cross-dressing tendencies than pretending to be a woman, right? But I don't know. It's all debatable, right? But at least Hannibal himself doesn't think that he's trans, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, I mean, in general, the last like 15-20 minutes of the film when she's going through the house and she's fighting Buffalo Bill, very tense, very good. Yeah, I mean, in general, this was just a very good, not very bloody. And I guess if I could criticize anything about this film, it would just be that the story that inspires the title is kind of weird. Like, the lambs weren't making any noise anymore. So, it was just kind of a weird thing. Sorry about that. That's my Discord. I muted one thing, but didn't expect another. But yeah. So, what's the next one? Hey, you don't need to rush me. Stop rushing me. What's up with you today?
We don't need to watch all this stuff.
I'm not looking to watch anything. I'm trying to mute my notifications. Let me go to my notifications. Because otherwise it's just going to keep playing a noise and it's going to interrupt the recording. All right, forget it. All right, anyway, we're all professionals here. So, the next movie after that was Evil Dead 3. This was a really solid film. It's not as horror driven as Evil Dead 2, and especially not as Evil Dead 1. Much more comedy, action, adventure.
Yeah. I like the movies because they're funny.
Yeah, the part I remember, and I'm going to be very careful how I describe this, is when he's in the graveyard and he's like trying to say this magic word and he can't remember it. He's like it's an N word. He's like, I just can't remember it. And he's like looking around after he says that, for obvious reasons. It's pretty funny. And it's not punching down or anything like that. But yeah, it was good. Bruce Campbell was amazing. I love him. There's some kind of cheap 80s objectification stuff going on with women, but Sam Raimi's never been good with women. I mean, I feel like Mary Jane didn't become a character until Spider-Man 3, but that's a whole nother rant. Kim, anything you want to talk about with this movie?
I just remember it being funny. I don't really remember much else about it.
Yeah.
I think we watched the second one last year, right?
Right, we did.
Yeah. Did we ever watch the first one?
We didn't watch the first one because there's a tree scene that I don't want you to...
Yeah,
we won't get into that. But and the second one is basically just a retelling of the first one, but better. So, with a better budget. So speaking of things that should have been much better, Hollow Man. Boy, I hated this
and
one.
I am very sorry.
Yeah, so this was Kim's pick. Kim, what do you have to say for yourself?
I've only seen it a few times, and I enjoyed it, but now that I'm older,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, if you think that like sexual violations are a really cool like plot line, this is the movie for you because they just happen everywhere. It's because Hollow Man is basically an Invisible Man like movie. I can't believe I just said that. Basically it's this guy who's got a god complex and just I mean there's just a lot of stuff he does that's not very good. I'll put it that way. A lot of boundaries that were crossed that shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And
then they killed the dog.
And they killed the dog. That's especially when it just felt unnecessary too. So I was like, you know what, 1 out of 5. Like I'm done.
What did I give it?
1 as well. We both thought the movie was just mean spirited and just not very fun or interesting. And the whole hook of like, oh my god, can you believe what he's doing to these women because he's invisible over and over again? And like, isn't that what guys do? Kind of thing. I was getting tired of it. Anything else you want to say about it?
Nope. That's it.
No, nothing.
It's my pick, and I am doing good.
You're doing so good. You are actually doing good because you picked a movie I'd never fucking heard of before called Double Blind.
And I never heard of it before either, but I saw it on a list.
Yeah, and Kim couldn't remember what list it was, so it was very funny. So in our own way, we were double blind. But this is an Irish film, which was cool. We don't have a lot of international films on our list. Actually, I should bring this up here. We had Record and we had The Wailing on our list originally, but I had to take them off because somebody...
I don't like reading languages when I'm trying to watch a TV.
Right, and to me, it's like it's not a big deal because I watch anime all the time. But I understand it's a focus thing. But this was a great movie. Kim gave it I gave it a 4. Kim gave it a 4.25. The lead actress was very, very good. The main plot is just like a test in a science experiment has gone wrong, and all of these people are kind of trapped here. And if they fall asleep, they can't. They'll die. It's basically like the plot, kind of a subplot of Nightmare on Elm Street, just becoming the main plot, except with science instead of Freddy Krueger. I thought it was really cool. Very well done, very well acted. I didn't think the main thing being like all these big corporations and governments aren't protecting people. I was kind of like, I've seen it like a million times, so that didn't do much for me. It's very true and it was effectively done, but it didn't move me much emotionally.
I enjoyed it, and I thought all the actors were great in it, and the plot was pretty amazing, and I was surprised I picked this movie, but yeah,
it was a good pick. All right, the next one was Identity.
I picked this one.
Kim, tell us about Identity.
So there is should I say mental patient?
Yeah, sure.
Mental patient.
You already did.
Who's gonna be put down like a dog.
What the fuck, Kim?
Oh my god.
Wow, now that we found the problematic part. Canceled.
No, it's just basically he's got multiple personalities, and one has to kill all the others in order to get down to one, so that he can not die at the end of the movie.
Yeah, this had John Cusack, aka I'm the Good John.
But like it was a twist because you're watching the movie and you don't realize that these are all people inside one person's head.
Yeah, it was really cool. I know this is a divisive movie because some people think it's very, I don't know, holier than thou, very cerebral, very artsy fartsy. But I like it. I think it's exploring something that we don't see enough in movies. Is it telling the mental health issues perfectly? No, it's not, of course, but I thought it was handled with enough grace and enough interest to keep me hooked. I thought the twist was really good at the end.
There was one character in the movie that Dory just could not stand.
Oh my god, I was so glad when she died. I hated her. I can't remember her name, Jessica or something.
She just kept crying and crying.
She just kept crying. And look, I get it. Like, obviously she was in a horrible situation, but like every little fucking thing would make this woman cry, and she just wouldn't be able to get over it. And I'm like, girl, you were gonna die so fast. Just shut up. And she did die. We'll get into the next one. Paranormal Activity, the first one.
This is one of the movies we added because we had to get rid of 2.
Yes, we had to get rid of Record, and so we wanted another first-person REC.
Honestly, this movie only creeped me out at the end.
Yeah, a very memorable ending and very good last 15, 20 minutes, but everything else felt like a slog just to get there.
It was so boring.
It was so boring. The first, I want to say, third of the film, maybe even first half, is very boring.
We were just watching them sleep in
You're just
bed.
watching them sleep. You're watching them talk. You're watching them contact these people, but then not really follow up. I think the most frustrating part about this is that they talk about talking to this demonologist, and they just never fucking do it. And by the time they do it, of course, it's too late, right? But I will say, I understand why this was so popular at the time. The last 5-10 minutes is unforgettable. I was thinking about that ending for at least a day or two, which is pretty rare for me.
I actually went to bed, and I was, thinking about it, and I was like, I don't want to go to bed.
Yeah, so this has a very powerful ending, but I can't say that the writing, the acting, the score, anything else about it is particularly memorable. It's a slog to get there. Honestly, if you're going to watch it, just skip the first half and just watch the back half, and you'll have a much better time. This should have been a short film, or at least a shorter film than it was, but oh well. I think it's overrated. I think Kim would agree with me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't plan on watching the other ones.
No, we're not going to be watching the other ones. Don't Breathe.
Oh my goodness. This movie was so good.
This was a really fucked up film. So basically we both gave it a 4 out of 5.
This is actually one of the movies I remember very well.
Yeah? Why don't you talk about it then?
No.
What? Why not?
Oh, okay, I can. Well, these 3, it was 3, right?
Yeah.
3 characters in the movie who are going to, they've been robbing people's houses when they're gone, but this one, he was there, but he was blind. So they assumed that he wouldn't be able to do anything to them because he wouldn't be able to see them, but he is very well trained. And
he's an army vet.
Yeah. And the movie just kept progressing and progressing. And at the end, I was like, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah. It got pretty fucked up towards the end. He got this inheritance from his daughter being killed in a manslaughter case where the woman got off easy.
He kidnapped her.
Well, yeah, I was trying not to, but
Spoil
yes.
it? I mean, they're watching.
It's a really old. It's a not really old movie, but it's an old movie now.
Beware, you will be spoiled in this video.
Okay, it's a little too late to tell them now, but anyway, Don't Breathe. It was very good, very tense, but fun. Lots of fucked up stuff, but I enjoyed it overall.
Me too.
Solid film. The Descent. This was
my favorite.
This was Kim's favorite.
I'm actually trying to get my mom to watch it, but what's it streamed on?
YouTube, right? I think it's just YouTube. So that was one of the problems. We had a little bit of trouble finding some of these movies, and this was one of them. Excuse me. So The Descent is a classic. It's from the mid 2000s. I didn't watch it growing up. I didn't watch it as I got older either as an adult because I just always thought it was way too scary.
I was too afraid to watch it too.
Yeah. So this was our kind of pact to finally watch it together.
Dory was it was lots of tension. Because of rock climbing.
Yes, and honestly, I think from my perspective as somebody who has a fear of heights, some of the rock climbing stuff was just as tense as the stuff with the creatures and
I thought the whole movie it was just going to be about them climbing and then someone falling and then maybe someone else falling. I didn't even think that there's going to be some people or never mind. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, I mean basically monsters, right? I already said creatures. But this was a really great film. Kim gave it a 4.5, her highest score. I really liked it too. I thought it was a really great film. Like I just said,
I'd watch it again.
I would probably watch it again too, but not anytime soon. I saw The TV Glow. I picked this one. This one fucking emotionally shattered me. We'll talk about it. So Kim and I both gave this a 4 out of 5. This is about fandom, and it's about growing up feeling different and out of place in the world, but not knowing why, and trying to shut that down and shove it inside of you. And that's kind of how much I'll say, because it is a somewhat recent film. But if you know, you know. Go check out this movie. It's a great film. I do think it's a bit slow going, and the horror isn't particularly horrifying.
I liked it because it wasn't that scary.
Yeah. I want to watch her other film at the end of the World's Fair or something. I meant to put that on the list and I forgot. So this will be
We can always edit the list.
That's true. We can always do that. So So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this one broke me. I cried about this
and
film.
Of course, I wasn't there to support her.
Yeah, you were at your mom's abandoning me, of course. That's obviously I'm joking. But yeah, it really hit a chord with me, and specifically me. I think for Kim, some of the stuff went over her head, and I had to explain some of it. But overall, I think she had a great time too. So, anything else you want to comment?
No, I had a great time.
Great.
And I love that actor.
Yeah, Justice Smith, I think, very very talented. Arachnophobia.
I really enjoyed this movie.
This was the second spider film we picked that we also liked. We liked Eight-Legged Freaks and we liked Arachnophobia.
I mean, I was scratching during the movie. That always is a good sign. It means you think that there's spiders on you.
Yeah.
There was a lot of spiders in this movie.
They were all real too.
Yeah.
That was really impressive. I looked a little bit into like the making of this film, and it was all real.
It had some funny parts, and the cat died, but not in front of us, so that's good.
Yeah. I think this is one of the few films we had where an animal did die. Well, technically, lots of animals died, but anyway. Crickets for sure. Those crickets were fucking cooked, as the kids would say. But yeah, this was a solid film. I think John Candy was in it too. Was it John Candy?
No, it was the guy from Flintstones.
Oh, John DiMaggio. No, I'm kidding.
John Goodman.
John Goodman. Thank you. I always get John Candy and John Goodman mixed up. I did during the movie too. But yeah, John Goodman was in it. He's kind of the comedy role. Basically, what happens is this doctor goes to this small town. He's got, surprise, surprise, arachnophobia. And he's trying to replace the town's doctor. And the spider that they find at the beginning of the film in South Africa gets loose and starts making a nest, and all hell breaks loose.
That's all you really need to know, because it's basically just spiders.
It's a creature it's a send up to the 40s and 50s creature features, which at this point itself could be sent up in modern films. Like, we could have modern retellings of that, which is kind of scary, because that means I'm old. The last movie we saw was Green Room. We watched this on HBO.
We're already at the last movie?
Yeah. We have plenty of leftovers to talk about, and then we're going to talk about our top 3, and then we're going to talk about next year's movies. So,
okay.
We got plenty of time. We're professionals. The last movie we watched was Green Room. This was a very tense... I guess the horror was in that it's realistic and could happen, and Nazis are a type of horror, I think. But basically, this hardcore punk band takes this booking because they're desperate and broke and they really need the money. And they get some warning signs that, that there are some Nazis around, that the establishment might be slightly right-wing, but they're really desperate for the money, and they do, fuck off, like Nazi punks fuck off by Dead Kennedys, which I thought was really cool. Soundtrack for this was really great. The acting was really strong too. Shout out to the main lead, who unfortunately passed away. Jürgenthal or something. I can't remember his name. Apologies. But he was very good. And of course, Captain Picard himself was there as a bad guy who dropped the N-word like twice. I don't know why I said N-bomb. N-word like twice. I combined like F-bomb and N-word. Anyway, he said it like twice, and I was like, I did not have Sir Patrick Stewart saying the N-word on my 2025 bingo card, but here we are. He was very good as a villain. I don't know why more people don't.
I was so sad because the dog died.
Oh my god, this is a running theme throughout the film, throughout all these films. But yeah, what did you think about this film?
I enjoyed it. It was tense. There wasn't like a lot of blood in my opinion, but
yeah, all the murder felt very purposeful when it happened.
And there was a lot of good character work, I thought.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
What would be I liked the fact that there was like the main character's like a woman, and she like badass.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that there are 2 main characters, and one was a guy, one was a girl.
I know. I'm just saying that I thought that she was a badass.
I mean, she was pretty cool. She did date a Nazi though.
Oh, true.
Yeah, not so badass now. Anyway, what's your desert island band, Kim? What band would you listen to on a desert island?
Probably Paramore.
Paramore. That's a good pick. Because they've got such a eclectic discography, and also they've got so many albums. You'd be busy for a while.
Well, I was one of the songs that I liked about you, well, I liked a lot. I felt was associated with you, and that's why I liked you a lot.
All right, I'm gonna stop the video. No, I'm kidding. Imagine though. I think for me, my Desert Island Band, the first thing that comes to my mind is Dream Theater, because I love their like first like almost 10 albums, and their songs are so long too. So I feel like I could be I by the time I was done with one album, I think I'd be rescued. So that'd be solid. All right, let's talk about our top three. So Kim's gonna go through her top three, and then I'll go through my top three. So Kim, whenever you're ready.
So mine's The Descent, Silence of the Lambs, and Don't Breathe. They don't really have much in common at all, but one of those I picked, which is great, because usually I don't even like the movies I pick. But I love The Descent. That's my top number one, and I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so good. You gotta go see it if you haven't.
Go see it. All right, my number, I'll start from number three. My number three was Green Room. I really liked the social themes and thought it was super tense. Really appreciated it on a lot of levels. The soundtrack was kick-ass too. Not the movie. Ew, that movie sucks. The Descent was my number two. Love The Descent. Think it's a great film, but not as good as Silence of the Lambs, which was my number one. Silence of the Lambs is also the film that's highest in both of ours. Or not is in both of ours and is in the highest spots overall. The Descent's very nearly there too. So anyway, maybe that'll be the thumbnail. I still haven't figured it out. So let's talk about our the extras that we did. So we watched, and we're not going to remember a lot about this. It's going to be rapid fire. So Kim, don't feel too pressured here. We watched Nosferatu. I thought it was excellent. Kim thought it was
just... When the hell did we watch Nosferatu?
Exactly. Nosferatu we watched, I want to say, late December of last year.
Oh, you're talking about movies from a while ago.
So dismissive. William Dafoe was great.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't my favorite film.
How about that dick, though? Nosferatu dick? Bro was packing. He was packing. But anyway, yeah, I thought this was excellent. The acting was incredible. The cinematography. I liked this a whole lot more than I liked the original, which I just found kind of boring and stale.
I'll say I enjoyed this more than the original, but I still didn't like. It wasn't like my favorite movie of all time.
Another movie we watched, Sinners, which came out this year.
That was a good movie.
Sinners was great. It answers the time-honored question: what's better than one Michael B. Jordans? Two Michael B. Jordans.
I gotta say that the music was awesome too.
Yes, the music in Sinners was so good.
Like, I actually want to go back and just watch that one scene when they're dancing.
Yeah, that was really nice. I loved it a lot. There were so many good themes about racism and how music is appropriated by white people, and there was like nice crossover continuity between how Irish oppression works and racial oppression in the United States works, and there was so much stuff here. I loved it. In the last 15 minutes, the shootout, chef's kiss, goes back to the Nazi punks fuck off. We watched The Monkey. I thought The Monkey was pretty good, but the second part of it really fell off.
I really liked how gory it was.
Yes.
But at the end, it just like, what? Why? You know?
It had some unnecessary redemptions and twists that just didn't feel earned, and it was good for the kills, but everything else.
The monkey was creepy.
The monkey was definitely creepy. We also watched Hard Eyes. Shout out to Dropout TV, where Josh Rubin, one of my favorite people on Dropout, he directed this film. So the comedy to horror pipeline continues. I like this. I thought this was a great film, a really great film actually, and Kim did too. It was pretty funny, but it also had like some great genuine heart and some really meaty kills that I liked a lot, especially the one towards the beginning in the grinder and stuff.
Oh yeah, now I remember that. Yeah. That was gross.
Yeah. Companion. I
love this movie.
Yeah, you want to talk about this one? No,
I can't remember a lot of it, but I do remember I loved it. I do, like, I don't want to give it away, but oh, sorry.
That's right. Companion is basically about it's about like AI in terms of androids and like robots being personal servants, and a lot about the classic, do not harm humans and stuff like that. I think it's Asimov's rule or something like that.
You liked it though, right?
I loved it. You and I both loved it. We're not counting our extras in the top 10 or the top 3, because we only count the movies we watch in October that are on the list, not even movies that come out in October, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Companion was brilliant. Very bloody. The social commentary was on point. And just really liked it a lot. Weapons. Hell yeah. This is my movie of the year. This was pretty much a 5 out of 5 for me, which I don't give to any. I gave it a 4.75, but really, if pressed, I'd give it a 5 before I gave it a 4. So it's basically a 5 out of 5 for me. The last 5-10 minutes of this film are incredible.
And they're funny.
And they're very funny. Very funny. We were there with an audience, of course.
Everyone was laughing.
Everyone was laughing. It was incredible.
My mom watched it. She laughed. She was laughing her ass off.
The mystery was so good. The payoff was so good. I don't understand people who don't like this film.
Yeah, me either.
You know who you are. You suck, and I hate you. Not really. Everyone's allowed their wrong opinions. But this was my movie of the year. I loved it. Again, from Whitest Kids You Know, the director, Zach Kreger, I want to say. He also did Barbarian, which we also liked. Not as much as we liked this, though. This was great. Kim gave it Kim thought it was excellent. I thought it was incredible. I was just in love with it. Bring Her Back. This was another one that we watched very recently, actually. I think this was the last film that we watched on October 31st. So very recent. This was fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
There was a lot of body horror. It's from the same director as Talk to Me. So very Aussie. What voice was that? Aussie. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. Anyway, I apologize to all my Australian fans, of which I have none. So this was good. Bring Her Back. Very bloody, very gory.
There's times when I had to turn my head.
Very fucked up noises, squelching noises. It just give me the heebie-jeebies. But I enjoyed it, despite that. Lots of body horror here. So if you're into body horror and a little bit of Aussie, then
just stop while you're ahead.
I'm behind for sure. Yep. So that was that. I derailed myself through the Australian accent bit, which wasn't even good. And the last one we watched was Good Boy.
Aw. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
And I didn't find it scary.
Yeah, I didn't really think it was scary. I think I got jump scared like once, a little bit.
Me too.
Yeah, like
I just felt bad for the dog, mostly.
Yeah, mostly the dog. Just poor dog.
Made me really sad.
I gave it a 4. Kim gave it a 3.5. I think that's fine. It's a good film. I kind of gave it, because of the dog, a 4, but it's a cute concept, and I think they delivered on it really well. I know a lot of hard work went into it, but ultimately it's just a ghost story that happens to be from the point of view of the dog, and I don't think it does enough with its story to really I don't know, do much. But hey, I mean, good for the director, right? He's made a fucking killing off this, so he's, probably a lot better off now. So those were all of our extras. I gave it a 4. Kim gave it a 3.5. So we're gonna talk about our list. So
okay.
I'm gonna make this easy by just going through my list and then going through your list.
Okay.
And I think the problem that I'm going to have here is that some of these we got rid of, but I'll just pay attention to the little dots at the end. So my picks were Cloverfield, Freaks. I picked Reanimator, but Kim wasn't interested. Raw, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978 version, because we've already seen the original, and Kim was not into that, which is fine. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. If I had one movie I'm really interested in, it's that one. 28 Years Later, the newest one. The Blackening, The Substance, and I also picked Final Destination Bloodlines, but Kim wasn't into it.
No, I have an issue with Final Destination.
All right, and then you can read your list, and then we'll talk about our final list.
My list was Ginger Snaps, Little Monsters, Oculus, Annabelle, 1922, Frozen, the 2010 movie, not the cartoon, His House, Shadow of the Vampire, Housebound, and Don't Move.
Yep. And then from that list, we got Don't Move, Shadow of the Vampire, Bloodlines, Invasion of the Body Snatchers 78, and Reanimator So those are going to be kind of our backup films in case we can't find a movie, or we just end up hating it, or it's just not available, whatever. And then the order is going to be Little Monsters, then Ginger Snaps, Cloverfield, 28 Years, Oculus, Annabelle, Freaks, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Housebound, His House, The Blackening, Frozen, not Let It Go, Raw, 1922, and then The Substance. So that about does it for us. We've been doing this for 7 years now.
Yeah.
So we are genealogically different than when we started this.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? But yeah, thanks so much to anybody who watched. I just do these videos once a year, and then I don't really do anything else on my YouTube channel anymore. But I have nowhere else to put this. So thanks if you watched. Kim, any final words for...
Toodaloo.
I forgot about that bit, and I really wish I hadn't, because I would have immediately. This is a 7-year bit. This bit is almost as old as our fucking relationship.